What's going on, everybody? Welcome. Today is Wednesday. It is August 17th, 2022. My name is Jeremy, and this is my first cup. Good morning to Stacy and Nathan and Mark and all the rest of you out there, whether you're watching live later or listening. Thank you for coming by. Just a reminder, I'll try to remind you at the end of the show, no show tomorrow. I'll be on a plane. Yes, show on Friday. Because why not? I'll be up early, but it's not like I'm going to have adjusted to West Coast time, so it's really no different for me. So we'll figure it out. Good morning, Dennis. Good morning, Jenny. Dennis says, is coffee time in the big city or country, as the case may be? Woo! Oh, my throat's not awake enough for a woo. And Stacy says, here you are less than 9 hours later on my screen again. Yeah, we had a great meeting of the awards group last night. Good morning, Gad and Andy and Brian. I'm telling you guys, this awards thing that we're doing, I am super proud of this team. We're rocking this thing. It's going great. And I'm excited for the next steps and for all of you to see the results of the hard work. And I'm really excited to see who we get to give awards to and just generally acknowledge. I think that's awesome. Oh, Stacy, while I'm thinking about it, we should probably do an article at Marshall Journal about everyone that was nominated. We should probably list like all the bios and everything and put that out over there. I think that might be nice. I'll let you decide and run with it. Looks like Andy's on the road already. Have a great day. All right, so yesterday recorded 3 martial arts radio episodes. They all went quite well. Was excited for one of them because it's somebody that I've gotten to know a little bit one directionally. This is someone that I've been following their content for a bit. I like this person. I respect this person. We have some lineage, I wouldn't say lineage in common, but we do have some martial arts background in common. And it was one of those episodes where, there was a bit more of a back and forth and they were asking me, well, what do you think about this? Oh, I was thinking about this thing the other day. What do you think about this? And I like when we get to do that. I don't want the show to be that. I don't want it to be about me. But I like when I get to, interject a little bit. It's fun. Good morning, John. Good morning, Frank. Frank says, some people get their fix with coffee. I get my fix with first cup. Well, thank you. We've got somebody out of this community joined the Patreon yesterday. So if you wonder, Jeremy, why do you keep bringing up the Patreon? Because it works. Because it is the slow and steady way for us to build a little bit of a financial foundation for whistlekick, and it's working. I will tell you that even though it's not a significant amount of money, and if you want to look at how much it is, I believe it is public. I believe that's one of the things in Patreon. I'm not going to announce it. It's not a lot of money, but when you think about over the course of a year, it's that much less money I have to find to put into the company. It's actually a big deal for me personally. So. Good morning, Tommy. So we did that. What else did I do? Harvested some stuff out of the gardens. Walked around outside. Did something I rarely do. I haven't left the house for 2 days, and I was okay with it. watch some TV. There's a movie on Netflix called Daybreak that is okay. Stars Jamie Foxx, but it also has Snoop and is there anybody else in there? No, I don't think anybody else in there is recognizable. There may be some people, and I'm just not remembering. But whoever scored the movie, whoever picked the songs to go through it, did a phenomenal job. Very much 90s West Coast hip hop, like throughout the whole thing. And it fits. It's really kind of interesting. No fight scenes worth mentioning. There's some kind of interesting stuff if you're someone who values improvised weapons, you might find some of it interesting from that perspective, but really it's just kind of a fun movie. What else did I do? We had our meeting. That was it. And today I'm gonna admit I'm not gonna get a lot done today. I've got Facebook messages I've got to return to people more than I would like. There are emails that I need to respond to because I am behind on emails. And the rest of the day is prepping for this weekend. I fly out early tomorrow. I think I'm on the plane at 6. What does it say? Am I on the plane at 6? Yep, I'm out. Flying out at 6, which means I'm up at 3. So I got a bunch of stuff I got to do because I can't do any of it in the morning because I'm not getting up earlier than that. Ugh, gross. If you have to wake up early for a trip, you're going on vacation or work or whatever, what do you do differently? Do you do anything differently? I'm still going to have coffee because I'm not going to be terribly functional. My body's used to having coffee. I'm mentally used to having coffee. I like having coffee. So I'm going to have some coffee while I drive to Burlington. I'm probably going to leave a coffee cup in the car. I usually bring water to rinse out the coffee cup in the parking garage. There's a whole plan. And as long as I plan it tonight, I'm good. If I try to plan something tomorrow morning, it doesn't work out. Andy asked, where am I going? I am flying out to Oregon. I'll be teaching with Gabe and Jenny at their school Friday night, and then we're driving up to Tacoma. CJ Mayo, who has been a guest on the show, I don't know if it's an organization. I don't think it's a formal organization, but this collection of martial arts schools in the Pacific Northwest, of whom Gabe and Jenny roll with, they're putting on an event Saturday, and they have been kind enough to stick me in the middle as a guest instructor, and I'm super excited for that opportunity. So we're going to go hang out and train and teach, and it's going to be great. I'm pumped. Oh, so sorry, Kelly. Kelly's dad's been in the hospital. I hope he gets better. Yeah, so fly out tomorrow, come back late Sunday night. I will be traveling overnight Sunday, and then once I get back Monday, I'm probably going to go to bed because my flight starts at like 11 p.m. West Coast time. So I'm going to be exhausted, but that's okay. It's worth it. It's all worth it. I'm looking at the piles that I've started in my living room of things I need to bring. I have not packed any clothes yet. It's like, oh, there's some books that I should bring, and there's my uniform and my belt, and whistlekick stickers, and a toothbrush. Important stuff. I'll pack clothes later today. That's much of what I'm doing today is just making sure I've got everything. So, yeah, I've got this travel. Next month I'm off from flying, and then a couple flights in October for the free training days, Atlanta in October. Had a great call with Justin yesterday. Looks like the roster of instructors is going to be set for Atlanta by the end of the week, and just talking about the other things going on there. I'm super excited. We should, knock on wood, be able to open up shirt orders and debut the logos to all of you next week. That is the hope. We will open up shirt orders for all three at the same time. And for the first time, we might be doing things beyond shirts with the logos. So cool. Frank says, on my trip earlier this summer, I learned the ranger role for packing clothes. I also tried out my new hiking backpack. I didn't actually go hiking, but the backpack did come in handy. I have like 8 backpacks, various sizes depending on what I'm doing. The largest one I have, I've actually never used hiking. It is like it's an overnight pack. It's a 55 liter, which if you know sizes of backpacks, it's enormous. I've used it as luggage before, but no, I've got my primary hiking backpack, which is I love it. It's a very comfortable backpack. It is just a little bit too tall to fit under a plane seat. But I've got this old Eddie Bauer backpack that is perfect for under the seat. It needs some help. It's fallen apart in a couple spots, but it is the perfect carry-on bag. So I will be taking that as I normally do. I want to hear from you guys. How was your Tuesday? What's going on today? Did you train? What did you do? I did a little bit of kicking yesterday. Not a lot. I will say I've been working on my hook punch. Dennis is probably the only one who really understands what I mean when I'm talking about that. It's the technique I've been struggling the most with in Superfoot. And I think I'm onto something. I think I've got a mental trick that is working, courtesy of John Hackelman. So shout out to Hack. He doesn't watch this show that I'm aware of, but on the off chance that he did, thank you. There's some crosstalk going in here, and I'm not following it. All right. So they're talking about the movie, and Jenny says in response to Stacey, sounds exactly like something I'd enjoy. Wonder how it compares to Wesley Snipes' Blade. Not very well at all, but it's funnier. There's a little bit of humor to it. It's probably what could I compare it to? Netflix calls it a horror comedy. It's not scary. I have a very low threshold for being scared. There are a couple scenes where it gets a little gross, but again, I have a very low threshold for that too, and I watched the whole movie, so that should give you an idea. Yeah, there's just Jamie Foxx is funny, and instead of trying to get him to not be funny, they wrote a good character for him, and there are a couple others that are fairly funny. The one who plays kind of his assistant through most of the movie really should be James Franco. It's not James Franco, but the role would have been great for James Franco. Dennis says a round kick goes around and a hook punch hooks. You've got this. Well, thank you. I appreciate it, bud. Yeah, I just constantly working on the things that we're the least good at. Jenny had a couple of doctor appointments yesterday, plus training last evening. Thyroid and endocrine health in general is looking fantastic. I love my doctors and how they work with me. That's great. Glad to hear it. Anybody else do any training last night? What did you work on? What did you want to work on? What did you get better at? Right? What about all these things? Gad says, started with the Flex program. Just a reminder, it's free. And the heat has finally dissipated. Going to get some training in. Got some combos for the bag in mind. That's awesome. Let me know your feedback on Flex. The program I've probably received the least feedback on, which is either really, really good or really, really bad. We sell a few a day, average. And it surprises me. I still have to update those videos. That'll happen next week. I wanted to do it this week, and I'm out of steam and I'm out of time. I've been trying to slow down a little bit. That's not the right way to say it. I've been trying to do a little bit less. I've been trying to be a little more honest with myself about what is important to get done and what is not, because I'm back in a phase where I'm not getting everything done and I'm still working until 5 o'clock, and that's too late. It's too late for me. 5 o'clock means that if I'm doing anything else in the evening, if I have any meetings or anything, I'm probably not going to the gym, because I don't like driving to the gym, working out, driving home, showering, rushing to eat, and then having to pop right into a meeting. I don't like how that feels. So I try to get out at 4, ideally 3. 3:30 is really, given that I start work at 6:30, is really where I'm comfortable. Then it says, today is my Friday. Superfit Dojo tonight, and tomorrow is our wedding anniversary. Happy birthday. Happy anniversary. I'm celebrating by getting an oil change. Well, I know you well enough to know that you and Sarah are probably doing something that's a little more substantial than you getting an oil change. At least I hope so, because you both deserve that. Jenny says last night they worked on switching directions with attacks. For example, one drill was jab, cross, hook, round kick, spin, hook, kick. Attacks went left, right, left, right, left. It was fun, and I got better at keeping the cross for my blocks high enough. While doing my forms, when I get tired, I sometimes drop my cross, and then my block doesn't actually protect my face. Oops. That's a Korean thing for those of you who may not understand what she's talking about. Yeah, good stuff, everybody. Brian says, kids balloon fight night at class as long as the weather permits. Cassidy is excited. That's great. Love it. Super fun stuff. Yeah, so I'll do the books. I've got one client call, and then it's chip away at some things and pack and plan and go to bed early. I will probably go to the gym this evening. I've got to get some exercise in before I sit on a plane. All right. Frank gave me some stuff. Let's get to it. Brian's spelling his kid's name wrong. That is proof of being tired, and quite all right, my friend. My mother misspelled my middle name for the first 15 years of my life. Doesn't remember what my birthday is now, and there was something else too. Yeah, but the middle name thing was really interesting. When I started applying for college, I was close to 18. That's not how I spell my middle name. Oh, whoops. Yup. So you're good. And today we've got 3 quotes from Benjamin Franklin. If a man could have half of his wishes, he would double his troubles. I think that one requires some contemplation, but on the surface, the idea of reward without effort, I think, is what we come back to on this. Lottery winners squandering all their money relatively quickly because on some level they don't feel they deserve it. I just watched an apple fall from a tree. That's a pretty good apple. I might go pick it up off the ground when we're done. Oh, something's in the tree. Is it a bird? It's not moving like there's a bird in there. It's probably a chipmunk. Number 2, the best thing to give to your enemy, I like this, is forgiveness. To an opponent, tolerance. To a friend, your heart. To your child, a good example. To a father, deference. To your mother, conduct that will make her proud of you. To yourself, respect. To all others, charity. I think it was yesterday I posted, maybe it was Monday, I posted something on Facebook, on my personal Facebook, stating that while it doesn't solve every problem, love never makes a problem worse. And the first comment, because I knew exactly what was going to happen, the first comment I put in there, cue all the counter examples that actually prove my point. And there were quite a few people, maybe not quite a few, there were several people trying to show examples where love was causing problems. And in every case, the people were not, the actions that were being described were not loving. And it makes me sad because I don't think people actually understand what love is. And I think that that's a big problem. All right, and our last one. All highly competent people continually search for ways to keep learning, growing, and improving. They do that by asking why. After all, the person who knows how will always have a job, but the person who knows why will always be the boss. I think why is a critical question. And it's a question that we are often conditioned to not ask in martial arts because there's this balance of repetition and learning technique and respect with trust that as you advance, you will have further understanding. Excuse me. But I think hiding all of the why within martial arts is a poor idea. Now, I'm not saying you give first day white belts everything, it's too much. But I think that most schools, at least the ones I've been part of, wait too long to give big stuff. If it's that big, it should be learned earlier. If it's too complicated to learn earlier, then maybe the things being taught early are the wrong things. Thank you, Jenny. Jenny says, bless you. You know what? We can do this one. You know what? This could potentially be a good conversation on Friday. Because I believe Gabe's going to do the show with me. We could talk about love. If there are very few men in the world that I think I could have a good conversation with about what love is, but he's one of them. Jetty says, Lilith says hi. I don't think she understands yet that you can't hear her on Facebook Live. Well, hello, Lilith. How are you? I hope you're having a good morning. Be nice to mommy. That's adorable. Jenny says, I think the world is confused as to what love actually is. So they don't realize their actions aren't out of love, but rather some other motivation. Yes. And to a T, it's fear. Fear masquerades as love frequently because we forget that love is a motivation, not an action. I can do things for you that are rooted in fear, and I can do the same thing rooted in love. It depends on what's in my heart. And a lot of times we convince ourselves that it's one and not the other. Kat says, love is beyond understanding. This is the last comment I'm going to read about love because I think we should talk about this on Friday. Forget trying to rationalize and just open your heart. In my experience, people who have a hard time receiving love are usually the ones that don't give love or criticize others for doing so. Dennis is singing, I want to know what love is. I'm not singing this. I want you to show me, even though I know the song and I know the cadence that would go with that. Aw, Lilith is blushing. That's adorable. She's a cute kid. Frank, go ahead and submit content for Friday, especially jokes. We need jokes. And we'll probably have the love talk first. And if we end up not needing the other stuff, we'll hold it for Tuesday. Yeah, it's unlikely we're going to have a show Monday because let me double check. I'm pretty sure I'm on a plane. Oh, I got to tell. Oh, I'm flying United. Ugh. I'm on a plane. Oh, looks like they moved my flight to 3 a.m. Monday morning. Although I think that's still Eastern time. I think it's on there as Eastern time. So midnight Pacific time. One thing and then I'll let you go. Okay. You may not know this about flying. So I just got a text from United saying, check in for your flight. Why do they do that? Does anybody know why they do that? They make it seem like they want you to do that so there's less to do when you get to the airport. But you don't have your tickets and you have to check your luggage. So it's not that. I only know because this happened. If you check in for your flight and you do not make it to the airport, they can sell your seat and they don't owe you a thing. So you have to buy another ticket. You get no reimbursement. You get no change. You don't even qualify for a change because you checked in. The only time I check in for my flight is if I get a cheap upgrade. I will look and see, oh, can I get a cheap upgrade? Yes. Okay, then I'll risk it. Otherwise, I don't check in until I get to the airport. I like it, Mark. Oh, Jenny, that's also a good idea. They overbook the flight, and if you don't respond, you get booted without question. That probably also happens. The airline industry is like the slimiest thing. That was a very large crow in my backyard. All right, everybody. I hope you have a great day. I hope you go do some training. Hope you kick or punch some things appropriately, not like strangers, unless they deserve it. Remember, we do this show every weekday, 6:30 a.m. U.S. Eastern Time, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. Still waiting on one more person to follow us on Twitch. You don't even have to use Twitch. Just please take 5 minutes, make an account, follow us, please, so we can cross 50, and then I can work on the hours part so we can actually get to the next step on Twitch. Twitch is a huge streaming platform and potentially would change some things for us. So I would really like to put some effort there, but I need your help. And if you want to support us beyond that, we've got the Patreon that I mentioned. Do as little as $2 a month. Patreon.com/whistlekick. We've got the code FIRSTCUP15. Save 15% on anything at whistlekick.com, from gear and sweatshirts to training programs and who knows what. And if you want the whole list, we've got the family page, whistlekick.com/family. I could have left that banner up. I don't know why I took it down. Kat says the bag's in for some punishment, and Kelly says show some love today. I agree. Thank you for coming by. I love you all. I really do appreciate you joining me for this show. The fact that I look at these numbers and they very, very slowly move up means we're doing something right. Thanks for coming by. And I will see you Friday. Have a great Wednesday and a great Thursday. Take care, everybody. Peace.